ถ้าอย่างนี้ได้ยินไหมคะ
เอ้ยไม่รู้ว่าน้องพูดอะไรเลยนะฟังไม่รู้เรื่องเลย
ไม่ได้ยินเลยเหรอคะ
ได้ยินมากแต่ว่าฟังได้ยินเบาๆแล้วก็ไม่รู้ว่าพูดอะไร
อ๋อสวัสดี สวัสดีค่ะสวัสดีค่ะแบบนี้ได้ยินไหมคะ
ได้ยิน
ได้
ชัดเลย
ยินนะคะ
ชัดเลย
ค่ะต้องขออภัยด้วยค่ะพอดีว่าเปลี่ยนคอมตัวใหญ่ไม่แน่ใจว่าเกิดเหตุเพราะอะไรอ่าเดี๋ยวนะคะอ่าต้องขออภัยด้วยนะคะพอดีไม่รู้เป็นเพราะอะไรมันเปิดสตาร์ทวิดีโอไม่ได้ของตัวเองอ่าทีนี้นะคะก็เลยจะขอนำเข้าสู่เอ่การอบรมของ Turnitin นะคะพี่บอลไม่ทราบว่าแชร์ตัวเอ่PowerPoint หรือว่าหน้าจอพี่บอลได้ไหมคะ
น่าจะแชร์ได้อยู่เนาะเดี๋ยวผมลองแชร์ดูก่อนนะ
ได้ค่ะ
เห็นไหมได้อยู่เนาะ
เห็นค่ะ
ครับ
โอเคค่ะงั้นก็เดี๋ยวจะขอเริ่มอ่าการอบรมนะคะก็สวัสดีอาจารย์สวัสดีอาจารย์ทุกท่านนะคะ ก็วันนี้นะคะจะเป็นการอบรมนะคะอ่าการใช้เทอร์นิอินของคณาจารย์นะคะแล้วก็ผู้ที่บรรยายนะคะคือคุณจิรวัตรพรหมพรนะคะเป็นอ่าบุคลากรที่ดำเนินการเรื่องเทอร์นิอินแล้วก็เรื่องการอบรมนะคะจากบริษัทบุ๊กโปรโมชั่นนะคะ ก็เดี๋ยวขอมอบหน้าที่ต่อไปนะคะในการอบรมให้กับคุณจิรวัตรเลยค่ะ
อันนี้เป็นภาษาอังกฤษใช่ไหมครับ
ใช่ค่ะภาษาอังกฤษพอดีหนูก็เพิ่งรู้สารภาพตามตรง
อะไรนะครับพูดถึง
อ๋อไม่มีอะไรแล้วค่ะแต่ว่าเซสชันนี้เป็นภาษาอังกฤษค่ะ
ครับ
ค่ะ
So shall we start? Good morning, lecturer. I think you are most lecturers from Hayat University. So let me introduce myself. My name is Jirawat Pompon. Just from book promotion. That company, we are the exclusives to selling the turn in Thailand. So any question, you just stop me and choose me the question. So before we start, I will give you a bit about what's going on today. So today we are going to train you how to use Turnitin as the instructor account. The first one, you have to know how to access the Turnitin. The Turnitin we call the web application. You don't need to install Turnitin on your laptops. You can access the Turnitin via the websites using the browsers. You can use Safari, Firefox, Google Chrome, even the Microsoft Edge. Just type worldwideweb turnitin.com. And the second step, you need an account. I hope you are have any accounts. If you don't, you just send the request to the library and ask for, can I have the instructor account? The librarian will generate you the account. So the second step, you need an account. You have to create a new account. So you cannot create an account by your own. You have to send the request directly to the librarian and fill forms are for instructor accounts. And the third step, you can apply the Turnitin in the two ways. There are two ways for using the Turnitin. The first one, you are using Turnitin as a tool for the student. So you can create a class and let students submit your assignment. Let the Turnitin check again with the major sources. This is for you need to add a class. And another ways you can apply the Turnitin for your own use. Suppose you are going to publish the articles in journals, international journals. You have to make sure your articles, this is the originals, never published before. So just use the Turnitin as a to check again with others publications. So this is another way. And after you create a class itself cannot submit. You need to assign student to do homeworks, to do a jobs, to do a task. So you need to create an assignment in a class. This is the first step. And after you have a class, you have assignments. So the student ready to submit your assignment. So you can distribute the class to the student and let students submit by their own. Or another way you can submit instead of students. So we call submitting a paper as instructor. This is the fifth step. And another one, I recommend you, if you don't use Turnitin for teaching and learning, you can use for your own. Suppose you are going to publish in international journals. You say, hey, I don't want to create a class. I don't want to create assignments. It's waste of time. So we'll create you another one, the shortcut. We call the quick submit. The quick submit, it just takes 5 minutes to submit and generate the report. You don't need to create a class anymore. So this is really quick for you. This is for the 5-step plan. And the last one, after you submit any file to the Turnitin, after the Turnitin generates the report for you, and you have to see what is report telling you, interpret what the Turnitin say to you. We call viewing the original report. And the last one, suppose this is not your own papers. This is the student paper, student assignment. So you can give the feedback. Suppose you found that some sentence similar to others. You want to give the comment to this sentence. Hey, you have to paraphrase again. I don't accept this kind of sentence. Or this paragraph is look similar to other works. So can you rely or paraphrase again and submit me again in hours or a week? This is for what's going on today. Before we start, so give you a bit what the Turnitin is. Give you the informations.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I was noticing on the Turnitin website under cookies, they have a sale of personal info option.
Personal info.
Yeah.
Do you have an account?
No, I don't have an account. It was just on the cookies menu.
Cookie?
Yeah.
So your question is you can access the Turnitin or not? What's the question again?
Yeah, I was just curious about Turnitin's cookie policy.
Cookie policy.
Here it is, cookie setting. It says strictly necessary cookies always access active and sale of personal data. And you can choose to turn that one off.
I got your point. Can you accept? Would you mind to accept the cookie?
I turned off the sale of personal data and then confirmed my choices. So that was my preference.
So after that, you show me the skin again. So let me finish first. I will show you and fix you problem. Would you mind that? Mm. So
Sorry, was there a question?
so can you share me your skin first?
Okay,
What's it? I want to see what it look like. Can you show me? You're Jennifer?
yes,
Yes. Show me
your
your
screen.
skin.
So under cookie settings, there's a strictly necessary cookies always active and sale of personal data that you turn on or off.
Sell personal. You don't need to turn on.
Okay,
It's your personal. You just click on it.
all right, thank you.
Yeah. So give you a bit what a Turnitin is. Turnitin is we call the originality checks and plagiarism prevention survey. So this is like you are going to drive the fast speed. You see the sign. If you speed over 100, it will give you a ticket. This is the prevention. So the Turnitin will check again with 3 major sources. The first one we call the Internet Archive. The Internet Archive, the Turnitin have their own database to store the internet back to 15 years, from the Internet Archive. And the second major source we call the premium scholarly publication. So the Turnitin claim that there are 47,000 journals that you can check again with your works. This is the premium because most of journals is the member of class left. The class left that the organization that assign you the DOI numbers. So this is some of them, most of them are the member of the class left. And the last one, we call the global students paper databases. That means any university subscribe to the Turnitin, they want to store the, we call the thesis or intellectual properties that don't need someone to copy, and you can read and cite, that's okay. But they protect their own thesis, their own papers, their own research, and use the Turnitin as a tool to store those kind of publication. Suppose some student finish the bachelor's in Columbus or in another country that's using the Turnitin. They study again in the graduate school in Paya. They take some part of assignment have been submitted in the last 2 years in Malay. The Turnitin will check against, hey, this sentence or the whole papers is similar to this university in Kuala Lumpur. So this we call the kind of student paper. This is 3 major sources. And how it works, you look at that. The Turnitin will start with you submit any file. So the Turnitin will support at least 20 languages, including Thai, Japanese, Chinese, even English. So when you submit the original files in Thai, single character view transforms in, we call the binary code, or we call some people say digital printing. So after that, they will compare the fingerprint to 3 major sources. At least 26 points the same. The Turnitin will say, hey, this is not your own. And we'll highlight the whole sentence or even the single word. So you need to interpret that, what the Turnitin telling you. This is the information about the Turnitin. So let's start with the first one, clear an account. Do you have an account? Most of you?
I don't.
I have.
So when before you start training today, they announce you, do you have an account and send a request form or not? You don't have any announcements for requesting a new account? Do you have that?
I didn't receive any such.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I
So-
don't have any information to open an account in the library.
Okay. Don't worry about that. You leave the second step first. After this one, you can go and send the request to the library and ask for, hey, can I have the Instructor account for the Turnitin? They will maybe create for you, add for you. So I will show you how the instruction for create an account first. So when you filling the form in the library, they will ask you the first name and the last name. And any requirement that they need, they require you to use the university domain. I mean, email domain at payapps.ac.th. Maybe they don't allow you to use your personal email, not allow you to use the Gmails, not allow you to use Hotmail. They require you to use the institution email. This is the requirement. And then when you send the request, they will ask you as an instructor account. After they ask you in a second, the Turnitin will send you the email directly to your email address. After that, I will show you how it look like when you receive the email. So let's say, show you pictures. Let's say, suppose look like this. You don't worry about Thai. I just show you the picture. So when you fill in the forms, they ask you, the Turnitin will send you the email. Look like this. The Turnitin no reply. Set your Turnitin instructor account. You just follow the instruction. Just click on this. They will open the welcome to the Turnitin page. Recheck again. This is your name. And recheck again one account that adds you as an instructor. So suppose this is Payap University add you as the instructor account. And who add you? Who admin of the Turnitin? They will send you the name of the administrator. So after that, you just follow the link, put the mouse over the set up an account. The Turnitin will bring you to another page, filling your emails. But now you don't need to fill in your last name, just filling your email to confirm that you are using the correct email. After that, you just click next. The Turnitin will show you, hey, account have set up, but have not finished yet. The second email we send you again. The second email asks you, can you create a password, your personal password? You just follow the link again. You just follow the link again. Create your password. The password is high security on that. They will require you the capitals, the symbol, and maybe the numbers. So at least 12 or 8, you just follow the instruction for creating the password. So this is the instruction for get an account, So keep in mind that if you receive an email, the email will be expired in 24 hours. What does this mean? So suppose you create 9 o'clock today, but you haven't opened the emails until tomorrow's, maybe at noon tomorrow's. When you open the email, you just click on the link. This link will be dead. This is a dead link, so it's not active anymore because this link will be expired in 24 hours. You have 24 hours to create. But if the link is dead or dead link or expire, you don't need to back to the library to create you again. You just follow me how to solve this kind of problem. So suppose I will show you. Suppose link is expire. You just follow the link on this login and just click on this. I forgot my password. Just follow the link. Just click here. You don't worry about you don't have any account. I don't have any password anymore. Why I have to forget my password? This is the way how to recover the link. Just fill in the email and just click next. The Turnitin will bring you another page. Reset your password. This is the step 2 for creating an account. For step 2. So when you have an account, you just click login. Just type your email as your usernames. Your email address. Just click on this email address. Followed by your password. Your password. I remember password. Just type your password and click login. Just type your password again. Just password again. The Turnitin you log you in to the Turnitin. So let's see what inside for the instructor homepage. This is we call the instructor homepage. You can look on your account type. You can look at that. The Turnitin will notify you. You are an instructor and account. So you can switch yourself to student, but some you can add administrator if university assign you. So now you don't have to create the student account. You can switch your own to student. I will show you later. So this is we call this type of account. And another one, if you want to change your personal information, change your email address, change your password, just click on this. Click on your name or user info and just follow the step. Click change your personal account, personal information, and click update. Click submit. So this is we call the student homepage. And another one we have to show you. You will see the account you are using. Suppose I will show you the Payap University. How it look like. Let me check I have or not. Let's see. too many account. Payout, pay up. See, don't worry about that. I use my company account. Suppose this is the Turnitin will show you one account you are assigned for. Suppose you are assigned to use Turnitin as faculty of business or faculty of music, something like that. This will show you what account are you using. And then if you want to send the email to an administrator, how can I know who is administrator for my account? Just put the mouse over the account name. The Turnitin will show you who is your administrator. So you just click on this. I want to send the question directly to the admin. You just click on this. They will open you the administrator's email address. But you just fill in your question and send directly to the administrator. This is we call the information of account. And then what else you have to know? Another one. So I'm ready to use the Turnitin as a tool for teaching and learning. So the first one, I want to create a class for the student use. So the third step, adding a class, back to homepage again. You look at that. The Turnitin will provide you, if you want to create a class, you just put the mouse over add me a class. Just click on this, add class. And the requirements in the list star, you cannot leave. The first one, the class type. The Turnitin will provide you two types of class. The first one we call the standard class. Standard, you have only you using a class, only in the structure. But for the master, you want to divide the class in a section. What does it mean, the section? So suppose you are teaching in basic English, but you want to divide a class in a section. The first section you may be just set as the reading section. And the second class will be set for speaking section. And the third one, maybe you assign for writing section. So each section, maybe you assign the teaching assistant. You will the main instructor for this class. But two section, you don't conduct by your own. You will assign for TA, teaching assistant. So if you want the class like this, you have to click it by using master class. For today, for easy use, I recommend you to start with the standard. And class name. Suppose you are going to use for the graduate student or undergraduate student, you can click it, the class name as the subjects or maybe your class start with suppose basic English. Basics English. Maybe you have a code EN tutors or something like this. This is class. And another one, enrollment key. So this is mean you create class for a student. You want to distribute this class directly to student, and let student enroll to this class. The enrollment key like a password to access the class. So you can generate the easy password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or complex password. It depends on you. They require at least 6 characters for the enrollment key. Not for your own use. This is for student use. Just distribute to the student and let student to access the class. They need a key. So they need a password to access the class. You create a password for them. And another one, what subjects is belong to. So English maybe belong to foreign language. You just assign this class belong to what subjects. And student levels, I mentioned earlier, you say, hey, this is for undergraduate student. You just select undergraduate student. And maybe can apply to graduate student too. You can select both. And another one, the class expired. You look at that. The class will set you the defaults for 1 year, for a year. You can make it shorter than a year or longer than a year. Longest one, the class longest one is 7 years. Shortest one is just 1 day. So it depends on you. You want to set up the class ended. Maybe I just say end with the first semester. So I just make it just 4 months. Life is just 4 months, that's enough for me. Just click 4 months. April, May, June, July. July is enough for me. Just end of July. So I have finished setting. Make sure spelling is correct. So after that, just click submit, submit. After you submit, the Turnitin will say, hey, class already cleared that. You have the class ID and enrollment key. What is used for? This one, you can distribute to the student. For the student that already have existing accounts, the Turnitin existing account, not the new student. For student that they have existing accounts, just distribute to the student and ask for, hey student, this semester I cleared the class for you. You just follow the information, just slide down the class ID and the enrollment key. So I will show you how it's useful for this one. Suppose I'm a student. I already have an account. You distribute me as a student, I enroll to your class. So I just wait to my student account. I already have an account. I have the existing in the Turnitin account. So you look at that. This is student homepage. The class that I'm using already expired. I don't have any class for submit my assignment anymore. So you create me a new class for this semester. So I just need to think the class ID and enrollment key. So I just use this one, enroll in a class. Just click enroll in the class and fill in your information that you distribute to me and just submit. This is for student, not a new student. For a student that they have their own account in an account or existing account. For the new student, I will show you later how to generate the student. So this is for this the bill to the student. So back to instructor homepage again. Homepage again. Homepage again. So when you finish add a class, I will repeat your instruction again. So you can click to create a class and choose type of class, select which one that suits you. Give him a name, fill in the password. Select the subject area, select the student level, set up the class end date. Maybe a year, half a year, a quarter, it's depending on you, and submit. So this is how to create a class. And another one, so move you to another step. When you have a class for student, I will skip this one and show you later for your own use. How can I add it and maybe extend a class in a month? Class going to expire in a few days. I want to extend it to a month. So back to your home page again. The Turnitin will allow you to edit your own class. Even the class will be expired or have expired. So suppose I just create a basic English. I want to extend maybe in a month, 5 months. Just click on this, edit. And change the class end date. Extend to a month. Will end the end of August and update again. So you can edit any times for the class. Even class have expired, extend again. So this is how to create a class, easy one. And another one, small informations, we call create an assignment. So let's start again. Back to home page again. Suppose maybe there are 5 classes in your home page. The first one, you have to decide what class that you are going to create an assignment. Choose the class. Put the mouse over the name of class, just one click. The Turnitin will open you the class home page. And you look at that, the word will be changed to add an assignment. So are you going to add an assignment? Yes, of course. Just put the mouse over this and add an assignment. So you look at that, this is different from the previous version. The first one, you have to give them the name of class, the titles. Suppose I just type writings and essay. This is an assignment, writing and essays, the titles. And another one, the instruction. The instruction, this is we call the special instruction. Suppose you want to add some instruction announced to every student in this class. You say, hey, I want you to write a short essay, limit just 200 words. And you need 3 references, at least 2 references, using the APA style, and give you a week, and you can submit and resubmit again to check again with other works. So this is we call the special instruction that you want to announce to every student that enroll in this class. So you can leave it if you don't have any special instruction. And another one, very important, this one, submit paper 2. Click the drop-down menu list. What does it mean? The Turnitin will ask you when the student finish an assignment and submit to this assignment. After the Turnitin checks again with other works, do you want the Turnitin to store or save these files as an originals using in the futures? So let's say again, look at that. The Turnitin will provide you 3 options. The first one, the standard paper repository. It means when student submit for the first submit in this class or in this assignment, after a minute, they check and create a report. That files will be stored or saved as an originals to compare against with other works in the future. So if you use this one, they submit the first draft at 10 o'clock and they say, hey, they detect me a lot of sentence similar to other works. They don't happy with the first draft. They just spend an hour and resubmit again. They resubmit again, the report, not just 20% anymore. They will compare you, the second draft with the first draft. And you look at that, what happened? When you compare your own works in hours and second draft, submit again in an hours. So it means you check again with your own works. Maybe the Turnitin will generate you 100%, the same as your own work. So this one is not good for any assignment that they need to resubmit again and again and again. So it's good for you don't have a chance for the student to resubmit again. So this is depend on your option. And another option, do not store the submitted papers. So this is free for student. They can resubmit again and again, 2 times or once a day, or resubmit twice a day or something like that. They don't compare with the previous work, your own previous work. Just checks again with others, not checks again with your own works or previous work. And the last one, this is another option. Institution paper repositories mean you don't want to share this file to any institution that you're using Turnitin. You want to share only your own institution. So internal using, not for anyone in the world. We call institution paper repository. So repeat again. If you don't understand it, you just click question marks. They will show you. The standard paper will show you a copy of submitted document only in standard repository. So you have to keep in mind that if you choose this one, the student add it again and resubmit again, the percentage will be 100%, 100%. But for do not store, it's entered in checks again with others. Don't store as an original to compare with other in the future. So this is kind of option. So support this one. I want the student to recheck again and again until due date. So I'll let them to feel free to resubmit anytime. So I choose do not store the submitted papers. I just choose this one. And another one, let me show you something that this is value adding. Suppose this one, you say, hey, I give you a mark give a 5 for this. Just give them maximum grade. So you assign them and we give them a points. Maximum points is 5. But I have to decide which one as maybe get 2.1 point. The Turnitin will let you create a rubric again. So it will show you how to create a rubric. And another one, what the assignment will be start. So before we start now, you can set the start date in advance. Suppose maybe will be active again in a month. So you just set the start date in a month, in the next month, or maybe next week. Default is set today. And due date. The due date, the default set you just only a week. Maybe you say, hey, this assignment, maybe give them 3 days enough. So maybe you say, hey, 1.5 weeks enough. So you can set the due date. Not longer than class, shorter than class is okay. Shorter or equal to class, that's okay. Not over a due date. Not over the class end date. Not over the class end date. So 1 week enough for you? If you say enough. Feedback release dates, what does it mean? So when you give a point, maximum point is 5. Then they know how, when they know what the point they get from this assignment. We call another word, we call the post date. Post date, that means you announce which day, what day you are going to know how many points you got from this assignment. We call the feedback release. Feedback release is mean the post date in another words. So if you don't understand that, you just click on this, the post date. It's the date and the time student can be begin view or comment grade in from the instruction. So you can set latest from due date today or the same day at the due date. It depends on you. And another one, enable peer mark. Enable peer mark is when you assign this student to writing an essays. After the due date, you say, hey, I will distribute this kind of assignment to another student to review or give the criticize or review and give them a point for review, the same as a peer review. So you give him a mark for review 2 mark, and you maybe set the topic for review. So this one we call peer mark. Just give you setting, yes, add peer marks. If you use, it will show you. If you don't, I will leave it. And another optional setting. So just click optional setting. Show you. The first one, submission setting. Submission setting. This one, the first one, already checked for you. Allows student of any file type. So suppose you look at that. The Turnitin will require you the list of files that can compatible with the Turnitin. But some type of file, they cannot generate. So suppose they require maybe the basic Microsoft Office, Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Some students using the LaTeX, they don't accept it. If you check on this, they can accept the LaTeX, but cannot generate the report. So this is for good for the assignment that mix between Thai and English. So if you don't want the student who confused what type of file they can submit, you can uncheck. When you uncheck, when the student submit the LaTeX file, the LaTeX is not compatible with the Turnitin. The Turnitin will reject immediately and say, hey, this type of file cannot generate you a report. You can change to another type that met to my requirement down there. This is warning the student. But if you check on this, the Turnitin will don't give you the warnings for the student. They say, give uploading any type file. I just give still, and I cannot tell you which one I accept. If the file that you submit, I cannot compatible with me, you give you a ban. Maybe today you don't have any report for you. So it depends. If you think that is good for you, you just keep checking. And another one, you set a due date in a week. When the student send or submit late, you allow them to submit after due date or not. If you check on this, allow student to submit after a due date. The student who submit after due date will be highlighted in red. Maybe you say late 1 day, you deduct 1 point. Date 2 day, you deduct 2 points. It depends on you. So default unchecks, not allow student to submit after a due date. And another one, enable anonymous marking. Anonymous mean when the student submit, you select enables anonymous, it means you cannot see the student name. So the student name will show in anonymous. This is maybe you just protect yourself. Maybe you buy it to this student. If you see this student, you will give them a special price. Or if you don't happy with student, maybe you don't want to give them a good point. So this will be called don't show the student name, anonymous marking. And another one is good for you. Suppose you assign the student like written in English, start writing in English, basic English. Maybe this is not a English speaking. Maybe they are Thai, they are Chinese. The English is not good enough for the basic one. You want to add the value to check again with the commas. So you just click on this one, check me the grammar, English grammar 2. Just click on this. And the Turnitin will want you to select the level of English. Suppose you think the gateway student or undergraduate student should be a good English. So just set at the higher one, the advanced. You think maybe higher one is too high for them? Just click as high school enough. So this is depend on you to set the level of English. And then some people use American spelling. Some people use the British spelling. You say check both. And you want to enable to set checking what in the grammar. You may be checking spelling. Check me the grammar. Check me the style. Check me useless. Check me all. Just mark it. So you can enable or disable. It depends on you. If English really important to check again, saves the student time, just click on this. Check me the grammar. And another one, you look at that, you give a point. I want to create the criteria from give them a point. The Turnitin will allow you to create a rubric. Just click on this, attach me a rubric. You look at the rubric. They will provide you the list of rubric. But if you say not met your requirement, I want to create a new one. Then it said, of course, you can launch me the rubric. Just launch me a rubric managers. You can look at that. They provide you on this, the menus. Just put on this and create me a new one, create me a rubric. Or you can apply to this one, already done for you. So this is we call the criteria. This is the score. When you create a new one, create a new rubric. You can set how many criteria. Just click in topic, add more criteria. You just click add more. And even the score, you can add maybe 5 score. Start with the first score is poor, fair, good, excellent. It's depend on you. So you can save it or Turnitin allow you. Suppose you already have the rubric cleared in Excel file. You can use this one to import it. Import. Or you can export the existing one to another instructor to share with this rubric. So the option you can import or export. So suppose I select from this. Already Turnitin set me a new one. I just click on this. Sign agreement or short answer or short study. So you can look at that. Select one. This rubric will apply to this assignment, And this is fair for the student to get mark. You got a criteria. And another one, the similarity report. They're going to tell you this one, the report like this. I'll show you this one, the report. You can set how to generate the report. We call the similarity report. The first one, generate the similarity report for student, not for instructor. There are three options for you to set up the report for student. The first one, generate report immediately. Student cannot resubmit. So suppose you create assignment for quit in maybe in the class, just a class that you are going to use every week. So you just announce student, hey student, before the end of class, 5 minutes, I give you a quit. So when you finish, you don't need to write in the papers. You just submit to the files to the Turnitin. When a student submit to the files, they cannot let another student copy the answer from them. Because when the student submit, they keep as the originals and cannot relive and resubmit again to change the answer. So you give them only one chance to submit the assignment to this class or this assignment. So we give them just once for submit. And another one, the Turnitin set at the defaults. The student, they want to rely again to check the first tab, second tab, the third tab. and checks which one is not completely maybe not perfect gamma. So a lila again, maybe paraphrase is not good, paraphrase is poor paraphrase. So they want to check this sentence again, paragraph again. So you give them many chances. So it's mean the Turnitin will generate report immediately. So student allowed to resubmit again. But for previous submission, the Turnitin will override the report. Just show you only the existing report, the currently report, not the previous reports, because the previous report will override by the currently submission, So this is another option. And the last one, the student cannot see the report until due date. So they allow you to allow student to resubmit again and again, but report will generate in the last day on the due dates. So the best option is the middle one. Give them a chance. And another one is good for you. Enable translated matching. Enable translated matching. Suppose your student is not English speaking. They're from Thai, Chinese. They will search from journals in English or translate in English to their own language, change to Thai, change to Chinese. The original one in English, but translated in Chinese, in Thai. The student maybe think the Turnitin cannot know with it because I already translated. So Turnitin will say, hey, this is things you are misunderstanding. So it can check back to the original words in English. So you just click on this, let the Turnitin checks back. The Thai version may be translated from English. So you can check the language that they will match to support. You just click on this. Click on this. This one will show you how to, what language they will support. Then translated, it enables will be generated separating based on English translation of student non-English. So the original one in English translate to Thai, they can check back. This allow you to uncheck or checks back to the original file. And another one, allow student to view the report. Maybe you say, uncheck it. You don't allow student to see how many % they got from the Turnitin. You just uncheck. The side will show in student like you mute the voice. Student cannot allow to see the report. They don't know, hey, Ajahn, how many % I have got from the Turnitin? Why I cannot see the %? Because you uncheck. Defaults they will check for you, allow student to see the report. And another one, the option, you want to Turnitin to check the bibliography or cited literatures or the references in the articles. So I recommend you to check every single reference. It gives you a case. I found a case from the student in South Thailand using the Turnitin. This is the gateway student. On the chapter 2, this student don't research by their own. They just look at the previous thesis in the same topic as him and just pick up the reference from that thesis and put in there his own thesis. When submit to the Turnitin, The Turnitin view checks the reference. That gateway school in that university checks every single reference. The Turnitin checks the thesis from this student and highlight maybe 20 reference the same as the previous thesis. They get to ask the student, hey student, do you own your research? Have you found the original works, original journals? Why your reference similar to this thesis? Most of reference use similar to this thesis. Can you tell me what is going on this? The student say, hey, John, I just copy from the thesis. I don't do a research by my own. So I think that's the same topic. Maybe they use the same reference. I'm lazy to find the reference. They can do is school say, hey, this is we call improper citation, or we call is not the good way. How you know that? You good the like evidence to prove that idea. Have you seen the original files? If you cannot find out the primary literatures, a few primary literatures, you just mentioned to the leader that is not the primary literature. You just mentioned this is the secondary literature. You have to add a word, cited in, followed by the author of thesis. So this one, I want you to check against every single word, every single reference list to check the student cheatings for the reference or not. So this one, leave it, don't check it, uncheck, leave it unchecked. And another one, exclude quoting, exclude quotation mark, or exclude quote materials. Maybe this one, I have found some student, we call the accidental plagiarism. Accidental plagiarism. Suppose on the chapter 2, the student cannot change the original word to their own word. If they change it, the meaning is different. So I want to copy exactly the same as the originals. Maybe I just take from the legislation, a code, the legal code, or even the speech. So the student will give a quotation marks or encoded quotation marks. And may some student forget to give the citation. So if you enable it, I mean, you just check. The Turnitin will leave any sentence, any paragraph in a quote or in the quotation. But you have to recheck again, they give the citation or not, or they going to cheating for the program. Don't check this word. So I recommend you to uncheck, leave it as default. And another one, exclude small sources. I will show you how to set it. This one, when you just exclude, the Turnitin will ask you, hey, small math, exclude types in word or in percent. Suppose you say, maybe the length 1 to 7 word or 8 word. Maybe they detect in country names, university names, faculty names, substance names, or even the author name. So maybe I want to set in advance any small math. Start from one word form. You search, you don't check me, leave it. Don't calculate in the similarity index. So you just set, I allow student to similar word maximums for each point or for each source. Maybe 9 word or X word. That enough. X word, that enough. But for me, I don't want you to check in advance. You can apply it one by one. For student by student, you don't need to set in advance. If you want to set in advance, they allow you to set. To exclude source that less than 8 word, exclude it. So this is what I will show you later how it's work. So for me, I recommend you to leave it. And another one, compare against. Compare against. So I just told you earlier, there are 3 major sources that Turnitin checks again with your own works. So 3 major sources you want to check your student work with another student work in another university that using the Turnitin. We call student paper repository. And another one, you don't have your own institution now because you just subscribe to the first year of Turnitin. You don't have any data on this. Just leave it. And another one, Cullen and Clive. Cullen and Clive. So Cullen, it means the Cullen data. Just post today, post yesterday, on current years for this year. We call the current. And a Clive give back files back to any website that's put back to 15 years. Suppose the student search from the web already post in past 5 years and copy some sentence on this. The Turnitin will check again back to 5 years. They hold the Turnitin, they have their own database for store the archive from the internet. So we call the current and archive website. Not every website in the Turnitin. The Turnitin will just pick up the major websites that most students copy from. But if you say, hey, this website is very popular, you can send the Turnitin. Hey, Turnitin, can you index this website for me? The Turnitin will receive you an email and maybe add you later for this kind of website that is good for you to compare with. And another one, political journals and publication. So suppose you are going to publish. You want to check again with another previous works, previous research. Last 10 years, last 2 years, to check no one published the same as you. You just check on this. So this is the source that you want to compare with. We call the compare against with the major sources. And another one, another option, excuse assignment templates. So suppose you create a template for student to fill in, or even the thesis templates. Maybe the template start with the university names, faculty names, authors, or an acknowledgement. So this one, every student using this kind of templates. When you submit, every student submit, you will check again. Hey, the similar word, Payap University similar to another works. Faculty of Engineers similar to other works. So show you general word or general information that you create in the template. You say, I don't think that's good enough to check again with others because I want to check only the content. So you just upload the templates. They have the requirement of this. You can upload the templates. What type of file you can upload to? So this is another option. If you have the template, you can upload the template or you can buy your own. And another thing is the last one. If you say, hey, this option, I use most of this assignment. I don't want to spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes again for setting an option. So can I keep it as my defaults? So Turnitin say, hey, yes. You just click on this. Set me as default. Suppose next time you don't want to change a submit paper to do not store me again. I just set it as my defaults for in the future use. I just click check on this box and then submit. So when you submit, you can look at that. The thing will say, hey, finish, and back to check again about just this again. You look at that, just back to the class again. They show you the first assignment you have cleared. Start on today and will end in a 7-day and post that in the 7-day. And then you want to add it again, just click add it. So this is what we call how to create assignment. So show you, repeat you again. So the Turnitin not limit you how many assignment you able to create in a class, unlimited. You can as much as you can. So suppose I want to create a new assignment, you just click on this. And the next titles maybe learn a short note, just type a short note. Special instruction, listen to news and just take a note. And do you look at that? I already set this as my default. I don't want to store it in the Turnitin database. And then what else? Just recheck again. Recheck again. I don't give a mark, just uncheck. Uncheck. Recheck again. Save as defaults. No, just for once. They cleared you again. So this is we call how to create as assignment. The next step, we call how can I distribute this class to the student. The Turnitin give you 2 ways. The first one, you can add a student to a class by your own. And the second one, for the student who have an existing account, you can distribute the class ID and enrollment key to them. This is to another option. And back to the first option again. First option is good for the non-student. I mean, the student who don't have any Turnitin accounts. You have to add them to a class first. The Turnitin will send the email the same as you to directly to the student and let the student to activate a Turnitin student account. This is another way. So I will show you how can I create a student or add student to a class. So when you finish creating a class, finish, create an assignment, and now you want to add a student to this class by your own. And another option, you want your student to have a student Turnitin student account. The student don't need to go to the library, don't need to fill in a form for request an account in the library. The student account will generate or add by instructor or add by instructor only, not an administrator. Suppose I got the list of students. The new student never have the Turnitin account before. So let's start. How can I create a student account or add a student? You look at that. Back to student class homepage again. The Turnitin will provide you student tab, student tab, student tab. You just click on this student tab, student tab. The student tab bring you to option for adding student. For add one by one, you just click on this, add a student one by one. But if you got a list of students created in Excel, 20 students enrolled in this class, you don't need to add one by one. We have another option we call upload student list. So I'll show you how it look like. Just click on this, add student. Suppose I add my own and a student just for practicing. Just add my own. Just add my own. You can try, you add your own as student. So when you add it, checks the information that's correct, just submit. When you submit, the student who don't have any account or create an account before, when you submit, the Turnitin will send the email directly to the student. Student, they will have 24 hours to activate an account. And after 24 hours, the link will be expired. The student have to forgot your password to reset password again. So repeat again. You want to add a student for the first one. The student don't have this Turnitin account, never used this Turnitin before. You want to add the student like you have the instructor account, but you have to contact the library. But student, you don't need. Just add them. Just require first names, last name, and email address. Email address. And the second one, the list of students. Suppose university provide you the list of students that enroll in your subjects. Just click on this, uploading student list. The Turnitin will show you the format for the student list, what type of file that they will compatible. Just click show me more info. The option, they give you two options. The first one, you can like it in .txt, start with first name, last name, and then followed by this. Or Excel, it's easy to follow. They need 3 columns. The first one can be last name or first name. It depends. So from Thai, maybe they start with first name. The second column may be first name, or then the last one, the third column have to be the email address. Have to be the email address. So I just prepare a list for sample today. Just choose from this. And just click the student list. Just click at student list and upload it. Just click upload list. You look at that, there will be a message, the error message say the upload list contain 4 new students. They access the account remaining student of something like that. So this is show you what the errors. Just go into them. I don't want to upload all on this. So just back one student that enough for training today. This is how to add a student, So repeat you again. If you want to use Turnitin for teaching, you need to create a class. And class itself cannot submit a file. So you need a subclass we call the assignments. So maybe in the 4 months for this class, you will create 10 assignments. And 10 assignments for a student, you need to add a student. Just click on add a student. So this is we call adding a student. And after you have a class and assignments, you are going to submit a paper as an instructor. Maybe you can check your own or check student work instead of student. So let's see. Just repeat again, back to homepage again. I will start with the beginning again. Suppose your student send you an email. Hey, Ajahn, I finished the essay. I send you the original files to you. Ajahn say, hey, I will check for you. I don't want you to check by your own. Ajahn back to the homepage again. Select the class. So just select the class. Ajahn say, hey, select the class. Just click on put on the class. Select class. Which class do you want to submit? This is basic English. Select the class. And what the titles of the student? Student in the title file is writing an essay. Blocking length for it should be legal or illegal. Blocking length for it should be banned. Suppose writing an essay on topic. You say, oh, this kind of assignment belong to this writing and essays. Just put the mouse over of view. Just click view. So when you put in the view, the Turnitin will bring you to submissions page. You can look at that. The submit, and the list of students. Not submit yet. So we use submit instead of student. You just click on this. Submit. They provide you 4 options. Select the drop-down menu list. The first one, you can submit a single file as default. And another option, suppose there are 10 students enrolled in this class. You don't need to spend a single 10 times. You just select another option, multiple file upload. So the multiple file is quicker than singles. You can upload 5 files in once, 10 files in once, because the multiple file. And another one, cut and paste. Cut is maybe this student assignment, they submit 10 times. But you say, hey, I may be not sure on the first paragraph and 2 sentence in another page. So I just cut on the particular sentence or the particular paragraph that I'm not sure on this. I want to recheck again. I don't want to upload the whole file because every page I already checked except this sentence. I'm not sure on this, except 2 sentences from page 1. I just cut some part of it, just partial one, and just press it and checks only this sentence or this paragraph. You use cut and paste. Another option for this, maybe I just told you earlier, they don't accept the LaTeX. You cannot upload the LaTeX to check again with other works. Turnitin cannot generate the report. Another option is just cut the text from LaTeX and place it on using this one, cut and paste. And the last one is zip file. Suppose this is for the undergraduate student. The subject that you open for this undergraduate student, maybe they enroll 100 of this student enroll in this class. So you don't need to use multiples. It takes time for 100 file. You can use the zip. Zips can upload up to 1,000 files in once. Maximum size from 1,000 up to 100 megabyte. This is called good for, we call a mass of file that you want to upload in once. Just take a few minutes. Better than this one, better than this one, this multiple file. So from basic one using the single file. And then you look at that. First name maybe in play, inactive. You cannot type by manuals. You have to select from the list. If you don't add a student, you cannot pass this step. Because this part of this step, you have to fill in the student names. So you cannot use by manuals. You have to add the student first. Select the student from the list. The Turnitin will fill in for you automatically. And then what else? Titles. The title of the report. Suppose this student, his topic is logging rainforest. Logging, short essay, logging rainforest should be banned. Should be banned. Should be banned. Be banned. So this is the titles. You have to assign for the titles. You cannot leave. And you look at that, the Turnitin will remind you again the message. This file you are submit will not be added to any repository. They do not store as an original for use in the future. Just compare with other works, not keep it as an original in the futures. So what else? Another one you have to look at that, the requirement. You meet the requirement or not. What the requirement? You just click on this. What can I submit? The requirements for the single file. The first one, size. You can upload the size up to 100 megabyte. 100 megabyte enough for the thesis. So I have seen the thick one, thick thesis. Thick thesis I have seen just only 40 megabytes or 45 megabytes. That's the thick thesis. 100 megabyte is more than enough. You can upload 2 theses. So 100 megabyte is more than enough. And another one, maximum page length up to 800 pages. The thick thesis I have seen just only 300 or 400 that enough that I have seen the thick one. 800 is enough for a book, or even the yellow pages is can upload to the Turnitin. So 800 pages enough, more than enough for the thesis. And you look at that, checks the type of file. They can allow you, you can submit the basics, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, or even the another word perfects, another word purposes. The PDF, keep in mind that they accept only the converted PDF. Converted is mean the original file is document.doc, and the student save as maybe as type PDF. This is we call the converted. But they don't accept the scanned PDF. They don't accept the scanned PDF. If they scan and submit to the Turnitin will treat as the image, cannot generate the report. So repeat again, PDF, they accept only the converted PDF. For the scanned PDF, they don't accept unless you need to add more software we call the OCR. If you add the OCR, that image can read as a text, they accept it. So just only the PDF, the requirements, converted PDF. Even the Google Docs and plain text. And at least 20 words. At least 20 words may be equal to a sentence. Less than 10 cents cannot generate you the report. So this is your requirement. And then choose the file. So suppose you use your personal computer, PC, notebook, you save an original file in local disk, you just use this one. Or you can use the Turnitin by tablet, using the tablet. The tablet just not enough space to save or store a large file. So you just call file from the clouds, .blocks, and Google Drive. So this is another option. Even you can use the mobile to check against with other. You don't need to store the original file in your local drive. So you can use the Dropbox or Google Drive or clouds. So I just prepare a file for this. Just choose once and open. So recheck again. It's correct one. If you choose the long one, just clear file. So Turnitin say, hey, the step one finished. Upload it. Just click upload. The Turnitin will move you to step 2. We call the preview step. The preview is mean you have to recheck. Maybe you have so many DAF, 10 DAF in the same content. The second DAF and the first DAF maybe make you confused. You have to check the second DAF and the third DAF. Maybe you change page 2 on paragraph 1. And you just move to page 2 and check for the paragraph 1. Enlarge it and say, hey, this is the latest one that I want to check. I'm sure on this. And I'm happy on this. I want to upload it and confirm, check me against with other works. Just confirm. So when you confirm it, you look at that, Turnitin say, hey, congratulations, you will get the report immediately. Maybe a minute or a second. So I want to see how many % from this student. So just click on this. Go to assignment inbox. Also assignment inbox. You look at that. The report have not finished, yes, because view is still, you look at that, no percentage. So I will come back, the similarity index, they give you a clock, maybe just take a few minutes, not an hours, a few minutes. So I'll repeat you again, how to resubmit again, how to submit again. So start with the instructor homepage. You create maybe so many class. There are maybe 6 class, 7 class. The first one you have to select the class first. Which class do you want to submit the student works? Student works belong to this class, Basics English. And you look at that in the content of the student work belong to this assignment. Choose the assignment you want to submit. Just click a view. When you click a view, you look at that, how many students in the list. You say, look at student orders, student works order, just click submit and select the option, single file upload. Select student from the list, give the titles, choose the file, and then upload it. Step 2, preview. Step 3, confirm. So this is for the student work. And another option. So you let that spend an hours for assignment and class. You say, I don't have enough time to create. And the requirement, I think I don't miss the requirement because I don't want to add me as student. And maybe I want to keep the previous works. I don't want to override the report. So another option for instructor to keep the report, not override the previous works or previous report. I recommend you to use this one, a quick submit. So a quick submit. A quick submit is good for you check your own work for publish. Or even the student not enrolled in the class, non-student enrollment. You just use the quick submit. You don't need to create a class. You don't need to add a student. You are free to type the student names. Feel free to type the first name, author name. So let's say I want to enable quick submit. How can I enable quick submit? Just back to Turnitin again. Make sure you are on instructor accounts and put the mouse over your names or user info. Just click on this. User info. Click on this. And on the right-hand side, account settings, the Turnitin will provide you activate quick submit. Default says no. Disable. I want to enable, say yes. Open me. The quick submit. Just change from no to yes. And then just update it. Just click submit. You look at that, the quick submit tabs will appear immediately. So now move to quick submit. So quick submit is good for you if you want to create a class. So let's start. I'm going to publish in a month. So I will start checks my first steps. checks my first stop. So I just use the quick submit. Just click quick submit. Look at that. And now you don't need to select an account because you have one account. So for me, I add too many accounts. Just select the accounts. Select an account. Then you look at that. You don't need to add a class. You don't need to add student. So the Turnitin will provide you the submit button. Just put the mouse over the buttons, submit button, click submit. And you look at that, you have to do by manuals every time that you use the quick submit. The Turnitin will ask you, what source do you want to check against with your submission? So I say 3 major sources, I need it. Just check block on this 3 major sources. I want to check again with my work. And then what else? You look at that, default is standard. This is my first step. I will submit the same article again, but maybe change a bit. Or I don't want to store it in the Turnitin database. I just select no repository. So don't save me or don't store me as an originals for future use. Select no repository. So move to another step. Submit. Look at that, being used the same as assignment again that I told you previous section. So you look at that, the same single file or something, but you are free to type your first name. It's still active. So what you just type your names, your first name, your last name, and you look at that. This is maybe my article title is euthanasia. Euthanasia should be legal or illegals. Should be legals. Should be legals or illegals. So this is my title. And then choose file again. And then just select a file. Just select it and open it. Upload it. Upload it. Upload it. This is we call it quick submit. Just takes less than 5 minutes. But the second step, it depends on the size of your file. If your size is larger than 100 megabytes, maybe it'll take you a few minutes. So you check again. Are you sure on that? Yes. Just confirm. Confirm. And let's see if they clear it for you or not. Look at that. It's still waiting. So just take a few minutes. So this is we call the quick submit. So repeat you again. Just enable the quick submit. You just put the mouse over the user info. And then what else? Activate quick submit. Change from no to yes. Then just submit. After you finish, the quick submit tab have shown. Just select the quick submit. Quick submit. Select the accounts. If you don't see the account, you just leave it. And just submit. Submit. And select a source to check against with your work. And then select the option you want to Turnitin to store your works as an originals for future use or not. Or you want to check again with other only. So just select do not or select standard. And I will show you something for case study. Some ajahn or some lecturers misunderstandings, but some ajahn don't attend the training, haven't know the lessons, what option should I select? Suppose I keep it in default. I will show you how can I remove or delete my original files from the Turnitin database. I give you the instruction. So start with, you don't select to not or do not restore or do not store. You select just store me as an originals. Just submit. Put your name again. Put your name again. And say a standard one. Standard. Standard. The repository. So just remind myself. This is my first step. Choose. Select one. Open it. Upload. 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 Preview. And confirm. Confirm. Go to assignment inbox. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And keep refreshing. Just click on this. Keep refreshing. You look at that. After you refreshing, you standard repository. Top one. You look at that. This one. You look at that. On 3rd of April. 100%. Suppose you say, hey, I just do a worst things. So I just save it. And then I check the second draft, it show you 100%. So I want to remove or delete it permanently from the Turnitin database. How can I proceed then? So I will give you the instruction. Suppose you do the mistakes. You don't select the option to no repository or do not restore. How can I fix it to remove or delete permanently from the Turnitin database? Just follow me. Just select a file or select an submission. Select the submission that you want to delete it or remove it permanently from the Turnitin database. Just select one. They allow you just do it one by one. You cannot select multiple one. You have to select just only one, a single one. When you select it, put the mouse over this. The Turnitin will provide you a delete. In a delete, they give you two options. You look at that. The first option, remove from inbox. Most instructors select this, remove from inbox. And in ours again, it checks the same file again. It's still 100%. It just asks back why it's still there. Why not permanent delete from the database? Remove from inbox is mean just remove from your home page. You remove from your page. Just remove temporarily. but the original file is still in or remain in the Turnitin database. This is for remove from this page or your home page. Just only remove it. But the original file is remain in the database. So I don't recommend you to use this one. I recommend you to use this one. Request permanent delete. So the word that say permanent is mean remove from the Turnitin database permanently. Don't keep it for the future use. Don't keep it as an originals again. I don't need it. Just click on this. Request permanently delete. Just click on this. The Turnitin will say the requirement. Hey, if you say you want the permanent deletions request, you cannot restore anymore. You can accept on this. Yes, of course. Just click on this. Continue. The Turnitin will give you the information that you want to delete, the paper ID on this from quicks. The reason for delete, I say, didn't know the papers who appear in the similarity index. So this is the reason we will send directly to the admin. The admin will lead the listen. The listen will make the admin to decide, approve or reject. If they approve, they will maybe make sure that you are the owner of this assignment. Send request from you, not send request from others. So if you say, hey, in the list not match my requirement, my listens, you can click on this others and give your own listen. Give your own listen. So this is what we call give the listen for the admin to decide. So I just select from the list and click continue. But then it will make sure that you are a human or robot. If you are a robot, you cannot type the delete. So this one will make sure you are not a robot. So I just repeat a word, delete again, delete again. So make sure you are human being, just click confirm. So when you click confirm, you look at that, the Turnitin show you the sign on this, lapage pin and clocks. Clocks, it means it still send the request directly to the admin. So waiting for the admin to approve. If the admin approve immediately, this one will remove or delete from the data or from the Turnitin database immediately. You can check in a minute, not 100% anymore. So if we still remain lapage pin and clocks, a week, you have to go to the library and ask for, hey, administrators, can you do something for me? Can you approve me from delete my file from the Turnitin database? You don't haven't do anything yet. Any action from you? Why you take so long? So this one is just tell you, remind you that waiting for administrator. So repeat you again. So maybe you make some mistakes, select the long submission option. So you select standard papers you want to remove from the Turnitin database. Just select choose request permanent delete. And then what else? Continue. Select the listen, continue, and type delete and confirm. So this is how to remove your file from the Turnitin database. Then back to the last step. When you finish, you want to see the report and give the feedback. Give the feedback. So I will answer your question again when I end of trainings. So I see the questions. I will answer question one by one. So I will answer the question later. So the sixth step. Back to see the report again. What the report showing you. I just look at basic English again and select how many submission you can look at only one submission and how many student in this class, one student. Just click view. Just click view. And you got 30% and ready to view the report. Just put the mouse over this. Put the mouse over this. Put the mouse over this. Open the report. Open the report. And you look at that. We show you what's the report telling you. The first one, the red one, this one we call similarity report. Any option or feature on this report, we show you on this, you just extend it. And then ETS, this is we call the grammar checking report. Grammar checking report. You just use this one to show you already the grammar checking. And the last one, the AI. AI is not included in your package. This is my company account. You have to pay an extra for AI checking. But from PIAF, you don't have any feature for checks written by AI. And another one, this one, we call the feedback report. Feedbacks, giving feedback, and we show you how it works. So let's start with the similarity report first. So I want to see the report. Just click the 30%. 30%. So I will give you the basics calculators for understanding what the report's telling you. So start with the calculator first. Calculators for good understanding. So you look at that. For the first one, they will show you math overview. Math overview. Overview is mean the summary, not single source display. If you want to see the single source that in the text, you have to change the mode to this one. Show me all sources. This one we call match overview. Pick up the major sources only. Pick up the major sources only. So this is enough for you. So 30%, what does it mean 30%? How they calculate 30%? Because I'm not good in mathematics. Can you laugh me in word? How many words? And 30% of what? So let's start, look at that. This one, you look at that. A word counts, a word counts, a word counts. Word counts from the original files from this. The Turnitin detects the word count from this file. 11,117. This is the word count. And Turnitin say, hey, 30% of 11,000. I found that similar to other words. And you say, hey, can you laugh me in what? So percent is not more clear for me. I need a word. It's more clear for me. So multiply by 30%. 30%. So just say in the easy word. This is your student file. The word count equal to 11,000. Turnitin found that 3,300. I found that similar to other words. But you have to think about 3,000 word. 3,000 word, but if they found in one match, maybe longer than 3 pages or 10 pages, almost an articles, the full articles. But you have to decide, hey, Turnitin, show me what page that Turnitin detects and say, hey, 30 or 3,000, they found only one match or 1,000 match. Show me in each match. I will make the decision from this. Then it say, hey, I will show you. I found that 3,000 ID text found in the list of this. You look at that. I show you the list of a source that I detect that 30 or 3,000 will come from. You look at that. They will source you from the big number first, highest percent first, and down to less than 1%. The Turnitin will say, hey, 3,000 not found in one source. I found many sources, maybe almost 100 sources. So the major source that I found start from the number 1. The number 1, they give you the informations. This is we call the student paper repository or student paper repository source from other university that using Turnitin. They found 4%. So I say, hey, 4%, show me roughly in what? So I want to divide 3,000, this one, 4%. How many words from the source number 1? So I just start with basic calculator again. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 11, and it's multiplied by 4% equal to, look at that. From the first source, the Turnitin detects 4% equal to 444 words. 444 words. You look at that, the length of 400. You think about long as abstracts, a paragraph. So if it takes a paragraph, are you sure that is student works? So this one, we are going to look at the detail. Show me 400 found how many match in student work. The Turnitin will never get you. Just put the mouse over the first one. So just zoom, 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 zoom. You look at that. For the first source, the Turnitin found match 1 of 1. So it means 400 words not found in separate page. They found in the same page. Different paragraph, but the different paragraph is connected. You look at that. 400 word. 400 word. Found 3.5 paragraph. 3.5 paragraph. I say, I look at to compare with. This one remind me that 3 paragraphs is not an student work. They copy from Nalesuan University. Nalesuan University. Because you look at that, I see you cannot do like this. You copy exactly the same as originals. And this part, you have an option to paraphrase, but you don't do that. I don't let you pass from this one. Because you look at that, for each map longer than 1 line or 2 line. So if each map longer, highlight longer than 2 line, it's telling you it's potentials for plagiarism. It's potential for plagiarism. But you have to lead it. You have to decide. Turnitin just tell you, hey, this one, scan it. It's depend on human decision. Turnitin as a tool to pick you up. What kind of assignment that may be potential to plagiarism. For this one, I have scanned it and I make the decision. It's not student work. They copy from other works exactly the same. It's not good for student. I don't let them pass on this. I just give the feedback. I just highlight. You look at that? I just start highlight it. And I say, we like, just strike word. Strike it, strike it, strike. Strike a word. Strike a word. Strike a word. And give them the comment. And you say, hey, you have to paraphrase, not plagiarism, or you have to revise or make your own words. Makes like or like in your own word. Onward. So this is one you give the comment. But if you want to say, hey, I don't want to give the comment, I need something that maybe like a instant noodles. I don't need to do it. The Turnitin will give you another one we call a quick mark. Do you look at that? Quick mark. You just say quick mark, show me the quick marks. And you look at that, the Turnitin will provide you topic of the quick mark. You select, suppose paraphrase. On the paraphrase, on subject paraphrase, I say this one. Paraphrase text. This one you can look at that. They will give the information on this, description on this. What does it mean? This section rating appear to copy significant portion from other works. You look at that. So I don't need to type my own comment. I just use the comment that Turnitin prepare for you. So let's say again, you look at that. You just use the quick and select the topic. The topic will provide you on paragraph. You select topic paragraph. The topic paragraph will provide you a list of any word. On this, you look at that, any word. So this is the quick mark. So for the first source, exactly the same as originals. Is potential to plagiarism or not? Yes, they plagiarism from other works. From the first one, the student have to rely again. And for the second one, you look at that second one. I show you the tips for interpret it. For the second one, you look at that. They found something on second one. The second one, start the calculator again. What counts? 11,117 multiplied by 3% again. The second source, the Turnitin file, similar to the second source, it's about 300 word. But you have to decide, show you 300 word file in one match or many match. Just start with the number 2. You look at that. I will show you how to look at in detail or just screen on scan. Just start with this. The second one, the Turnitin file 20 match. So I want to make it roughly for each match. How many words for each match? I want to average a word in each match. So I start with 300 divided by 23 equal to, you look at that. For each match, for the source number 2 equal to about 15 words. 15 words. You think 15 words is okay for you? You look at that 15 words, imagine 15 words is equal to almost sentence or sentence. So for each match, maybe longer, same as sentence. You allow student to copy one sentence from other works. So you say, hey, no. Just check match by match. Start with the first match. You look at first match. First match is a sentence. Exactly the same. Only the first word. The same word, but this is a square one. You are going to style, but you notice that. You look at that, you notice that. You notice that. From the first match, you notice that they encode the quotation mark, and give the citation. You look at that, the citation. And you say, oh, you copy exactly the same, but you give the citation and the quote. You're not intense, or you're not supposed to copy from other works, but you just cite or you just mentions his idea or his speech, and you give them the credit. So for the first match on this, however, even exactly the same, but not copy another works, because you give them a quotation, give them the citation. For the number 2, you say, don't change any word. You just highlight and put on this, give the highlight. Change the color to yellow and say, no need to highlight. Because citations have been given or have or is given or something like this. So this one, you can just say you don't need to rely, because you already give them the citation. So you say move to the second match. The second match, you look at that, just only detect the generic one or generic name. Just detects Swiss Army knife, like a detects Siam, detect Thailand, detects United States of America. This one, you say, it's not serious, just only the generic one, general terms. So you can leave it. You can leave not longer than 2 lines, just leave to another sentence. You look at that on this one again. I'm going to see, oh, they give the citation quote again. They pick up from the X, Langham X, the legislation, the legal quote. So give the quote and citation. So give the credit. Doesn't matter. Move it. Now you can move it. You look at that. A quote again, a quote again, quote again. On the second source or the source number 2, you say, I already checked every match. Not potential to plagiarism. The student give the credit to the author or original source. So I will apply a filters for them. So I just click on this. I want to apply a filters. I have checked every single quotation. The student already give the citation. So I apply a filter. Exclude me any sentence detects from the quotation. Just check box and apply. Create me a new report again. Apply a change. You look at that, 30%. This will down to 22%. Because you already checked the originals are a single quote, and you make sure that the student give the citation. You apply a filter. From 30% down to 22%. So this is one. A source will change again. And you start with the third one again. Let's check the third one. Third one is very important to see it. You have seen more often. You look at that, the third one. The third one just detects match 1 of 1. 2% equal to 222. So let's start. 11,100 multiplied by 2%. You look at that. The source number T equal to 200 words. But they found one match of match. You just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just only 10 words. Why Turnitin show me 2%? Something wrong with the Turnitin? Turnitin say no. Because you look at that. This word repeats in every page. You look at that. This is we call footnote. The student just use this word. Every single word. You look at that page. The total page is 17 page. They repeat this word 17 times. 17 times. So this can happen for the student that repeats a general term or technical terms more often. I have seen one student, the graduate student from Faculty of Nursing. His thesis, the topic is about palliative care. For each page, they mention about palliative care 10 times. When the Turnitin found that this is more general term, they found a source equal to 100%, 1%, 1,000 of source, or 100 of source. And the similarity index equal to 30. When I check it, I just found only palliative care highlight, not longer than 2 lines, just only highlight for the technical term in nursing, the palliative care. So if you just look at from the similarity index only, you may be next decision on this student, I don't let you pass because you copy from other words, but you didn't or don't see in the details what the Turnitin detects and what the Turnitin telling you. Just only one word, not longer than sentence, not longer than 2 lines for each map. The same as me. You look at that. If you want to see 200 words, not 200 words in the one map, but they repeat this kind of word in any pages. So source number 3, you can leave it, not just as a copy from other words. So from 2 and 3, no problem anymore. And for the fourth one, 1%. Some lecturers says 1% is too small. You can leave it. But from my idea, from my point of view, I don't think so. 1% of word counts is 11,000 equal to 111. If they found one match, they copy a whole sentence or a half paragraph. You have to spend even they found 1%. So just put the mouse over number 4. Number 4. You look at that, number 4, only 1%, but found one match. One match is equal to 111. Are you sure on this? This is not a his own student work, his student work. I don't think so. Number 4, exactly the same, 100% in the one match. I don't think this is the original works from the student. I don't let him pass and give them a comment again. Quick mark, paraphrase again, paraphrasing again, paraphrase, and select again. So I want to look at a single source one by one, and don't just only a big numbers that you will pay attention on this. Even the small source, even the small numbers can be copied from other words. So number 1 and number 4 is more serious for me. I don't let him pass. And number 5, you look at that, number 5. Number 5 is equal to number 4, 1%. But equal to, you look at that, 15 match. I will start with 11,000 multiplied by 15. For each match equal to 7 words. 7 words, that's good enough for me to scan and scan. Let's start with number 5, and check word by word. So when I look at that, number 5, that's okay. Look at just only a few words for each map, not potential to plagiarism. So number 5, number 6, number 7, that's okay. I not found any potential plagiarism. And let's see, what about less than 1%? Do I have to pay attention on this? So what the less than 1% make me more understandings? So less than 1%, I use the basic calculators, basic mathematics. 1% of 11,000 117 word equal to 111 is equal to 1%. When the Turnitin files the source that less than 1%, it means they found some source, maybe found one word up to 110. So repeat again. The basics mathematics easy to understanding. 1% of this file equal to 111 is maybe they group as a source 1%, classify as assign as 1%. But if the Turnitin detects just only one word in source up to 110, they will group or classify as less than 1%. So you have to pay attention on this. Maybe yes. You have to look at that. The first source of not less than 1%, you have to think about is met the maximum word or not. So you look at that. If number x is equal to 110, maybe the potential to parallelism, you have to decide number 8. Number 8, I look at that. Just only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The number 8 equal to maybe 15 word. 15 word not found in one map. Just maybe found in a few words in each map. So I say, hey, number X, the maximums from less than 1% of this file is equal to 50 words. So it's make me clear on this. I don't need to spend on less than 1%. And then I will let's check the last one of less than 1%. You look at that. Just found a few words. 1, 2, 3, 4. General term. Node, super node. See, you look at that. This one is not copy from other works. So I want to apply another filters on this. The filter on this we call exclude source that less than. So in general English, a length, a word, length one word up to X word, maybe can be general terms, can be country names, can be university names, can be author names, can be substance names. So I wanted it to exclude any source detect from one word up to 8 word. Don't calculate me in similarity index. It's just type number 9. 9 is mean exclude source that are less than 9. Less than 9, not equal to 9. Less than 9 can be number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1. So that will turn in. You can excuse me any sources that detects from one word up to X word. Don't calculate me in similarity index because I already check it. It doesn't matter for me. So apply, create me a new report again, apply it. You look at that when you apply it, number of percent down to 1%, and number of source, you got only 6. You start from 100 source, and now you look at that, you got 65%. And another filter again. So you have only checks every single reference. Make sure student research by their own. They found the primary literatures. You have already checked, double check again. And you make sure that student prove me they research by their own. We just exclude even the cited literatures and apply chain again. Apply chain again. You look at that, we call, I'm happy on that. This one, 15%. I'm happy on that. This student, not perfect writing. They found a few sentence, few paragraph. They need to paraphrase. You just give them instruction them how to paraphrase it and give them the information which page on this. This is we call how to interpret it. And another option, you look at that, you give them a point. Give them a point. You want to give them a point, you just click on this mark. On this one, you give them claim on this. Claim, evidence, listen, focus, organize. You can make them a score. Language, it's not good enough. So when you finish, give them the score. You want to turn it into create your score. So the turn it in will generate your score. Look at that. Let's go. Organize. 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 And then you look at that. You recheck again. Recheck again. Recheck again. You will apply the score. Apply the score. This is what we call the looping. When you apply it, it will generate you the score on this. How many score on you we give it. So this one we have to create a new one. So this is the score the looping. You have to use by your own. And another one, the feedback. Feedback. If you want to give the feedback to the student works, you have two options. Written in Word or record your voice. You look at that, the voice comment. The Turnitin allow you to record a voice. Length is maximum 3 minutes. So let's start voice. You just start record a voice and give them. I found 2 match, 3.5 paragraph. You copy from other works. I don't think you can use this word because you are able to paraphrase, but you don't. So I will give you a month to rely or give you a week to rely. And you have to give them the citation too. You look at that. And then you just finish and listen. You just start records of voice and give them. I found. And you're happy on that, you save it. 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 When you save it, then can you come back and listen again and again and again. And this feedback will give you the student in the list. The student can open and listen it. So this is we call the feedback. And the last one, if you want to save a print a report, the Turnitin will allow you to use this one. I want to print every single match, every single source. We call the current view. We call the current view. But if you line up the evidence, like you go to 7-Eleven, they print out your receipt because the digital receipt you cannot see the detail. And you just click on this current view, current view, current view, current view, current view. Just click the current view. The Turnitin will generate you a report in PDF file. So you can look at the details. It's still highlight in color, multicolor. And you look at it, even the comment, even the comment. You look at that, I will show you how it look like, look like. Show you on this. Open it. I'll show you on this. Report on this. Report on this. Report. I just click a report. Report download and report. Logging rainforest. You look at it. This is titles, authors, the summary, and the highlight. And see the details. You look at that. You comment on page 9. You look at that on page 9. Scroll down to page 9. Page 9 on this page 10. You give the comment. The student will see the comment. And another comment, they say you give the voice comment too. Guide voice comment. You look at that. You give the voice comment. Okay, much. This is one. The voice comment. Color facings. And the claim on this. This is the very detailed in the report. So this is how to in the piece of we call the similarity report. Similarity report. Similarity in that. What the Turnitin telling you, what the Turnitin telling you. And I will summarize you again on this for more understanding. Don't worry about in time. I give you an idea. The plagiarism, they have many types of plagiarism. But if we match or classify the plagiarism, we can define plagiarism in 8 types. For the first one, you don't worry about time. We call the complete plagiarism. Complete plagiarism is mean exactly the same as original, 100%. Change from author to you, to your names. We call complete plagiarism. And another one, the same as I show you earlier, that report, we call direct plagiarism. Direct plagiarism is mean not copy the whole papers. You just take the some part of other works and put as your own. For examples, you just cut some sentence and put in discussion part. That is not your own work. You just take some part, or maybe you just take some methodologies and put as your own. We call the directly plagiarism, the direct plagiarism. And another one, self-plagiarism. Self-plagiarism is mean some of you or some of students get it from the previous university. They already done the research. They take some parts of research and republish again and rely again and use the same methodology, same the preparation. So this is we call self-plagiarism. Even if you do the second research, but related to the first research, some part of this, you don't paraphrase, you just copy from the previous one. Maybe they detect as the self-plagiarism. And another one we call source-based plagiarism. Source-based plagiarism, I repeat you again. Source-based, the same samples, examples like a student. They don't research by their own, they copy the reference from the previous research that do the same topic as him. The list of reference, they copy from other works. This is we call the source base. How can you know that this is the right reference or the reference that they mentions that relevance to the idea. So this is we call the source-based plagiarism. Students have to know that this is primary literature or secondary literature. And another one we call the data plagiarism. Data plagiarism. Data plagiarism is mean you have a result, you make a result, you already make a result, but you have to change data from other works, change it to you want the data to get the result as you already make it. But this research, you don't do a research. You just create the results before you a research. You just take a data from other works and you look at this from papers, data is good for your result. You just copy it. But you don't calculate by your own. You don't use statistics. Just copy from other works to make the result the same as you already flagging. And another one, poor paraphrasing. It already happens. Most found in student work. So you can see it on the chapter 2. I have to mention or review the previous literature. So some of students cannot good in paraphrase. It just change only a few words. But the structure is the same as an original. So what your original say, women stand in a corner or sit in the corners. The students say change from the woman to female, sit in the corner. So structure is the same. You just change the two synonym, but it's not paraphrase. We call the poor paraphrasing. And another one, paraphrasing plagiarism. You think about, you stole the idea. You just use your perfect English to rely. This one can happen in chapter 2 too. Maybe they're paraphrasing, but you have seen this is not detected by Turnitin. The Turnitin detect only the keyword. But you are already read a paper mention this idea. You know this is not the idea from student. This student stole the idea from other works. The Turnitin cannot detect the idea. You take the idea, but you use your perfect English to rely again. The Turnitin can help on this, but you have to use your own experience, your own background. You have to read more paper on this. You will detect this is not the student idea. The Turnitin will detect only the keyword, only the specific word that the student still use the same word as an original. We call the paraphrasing plagiarism. And the last one we call accidental plagiarism. I have seen on the previous report that I show you. Maybe a student, they give a code, but forget to give the citation. The Turnitin will detect and let you see already give the citation or not. If they give the citation, it's still not copy from other works, they mention it. But they quote it, but forget the citation, you will give education from them. Hey, you forget something. You have to give credit to the original source. This one we call the accidental plagiarism. So this is for all for today. So I will check the question that you give the question. Any questions so far? Put the email to the library to request an account. The email address should be at high up. Let's check the library again for the email account. Then I will send the request from you. From all of you, you don't have Turnitin kit from. Any questions so far from this?
Hello, can I ask my question?
Sure.
Thank you so much for the comprehensive training for the Turnitin. I have a total of 3 questions.
Yes.
So I asked them together. You just answered the way you're okay. Number 1 is I cannot use the EST like for grammar check as I checked in my in the menu, the setting. It shows that it says my paper is over 64,000 characters. I converted it, and 64,000 character will be somewhere between 9,000 to like 12, 13,000. So that is my question. How can I activate that? Number 2, I did not see AI icon in my account, AI detection. And number 3, the difference between Turnitin and Authenticate.
Okay, I got your points. I will answer you the second question first. AI detection. AI, you have to pay an extra. The Payab don't pay for this. This is an option.
Okay.
Because I'm going to show you, this is my company account. They have a full option for this. So for AI, you have to pay an extra. And
How
Payab will
much is
consider on
that?
this. Pardon me?
How much is that package?
I'm sorry, I'm not salespeople, but I will
Okay,
let salespeople to contact the Payab again for the
sure.
price on this for AI. Not you don't pay much on this, just pay more than maybe extra some 1,000 or in
Okay,
1,000 bahts or something like that.
okay.
And the first question, ETS gamma checks, the gamma check.
No, I can share my screen and show you, but
Oh,
I cannot.
sure.
So just hold on a second. Share screen. Okay, yeah, here. Share my screen. Okay. Can you see my Turnitin page?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go on this one. And well, first of all, it doesn't show anything here from the quick list. So I want to go from the other side, the classroom I have created.
Yeah.
So this is, let's say here,
Yeah.
I have another paper. So let's take a look.
Yeah.
Okay. It shows here, but when I click on it, this message pops up.
So I haven't seen your report.
Okay, here is the report.
Yeah.
You want to see the percentage or the paper?
I want to see what the price of your, you say the ETS. Haven't
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Can I click on e-rater?
Yes.
This is the message. The paper is 10,000 word.
But can you show me the report page? I haven't seen the report page now. I just
Oh,
only
yeah,
see.
yeah. Sure. Where's the, just a second. Yeah. So this should be at the end, right?
Or you can leave it if you want to. So can you share me the screen report? I haven't seen it. Can you share me the entire screen?
Wait. Okay, so similarity grading iterator.
So before
No.
you show me the screen, I will answer the third question, turn it in and authenticate. Turn it in and authenticate. The turn it in is good for institution and it mean the academic institution.
Okay.
But authenticate is good for you are going to publish in the journals because they use the different source. The three major source of Turnitin, we have the student source, but authenticate, they don't have the student source. It's a student repository. And another one, source that authenticate checks, we call the clause left. Have you ever seen the word clause left? Clause left? Clause
No,
left.
never heard of it.
Clause left is mean any journals that they want the DOI numbers, they have to be the member of clause left, the clause left. So the clause left views like associations for the journals that decide to have the DOI. Any journals that are a member of COSLEF will share a publication on this. So authenticate is good for you if you want to publish. You want to check your papers with major journals. I mean the premium journals like Elsevier Springers or any we call the H1 journals, H1 articles, I mean ahead of print. So the authenticate will check on this. And another option of authenticate, you can check a section of your articles. Suppose you want to check only the methodology, you just set the authenticate to exclude abstracts, exclude titles, exclude reference. I want to check only the section, I mean the methodology only. It's good for you if you have the previous works. That's we call the further research. But start from the previous work. Some researcher want to compare the previous work, the second works, what the similar. Methodology is similar. I want to change the word from methodology. This is what the authenticate. And another option of authenticate is you can compare doc to docs. Doc to docs is mean if you are a lecturer, one student's copy from this student, and you want the student for each document to compare against with other. Suppose one student takes some part of another student, and you want to see what part of articles that this student copy from other student. So you can use the feature doc to doc. Just compare two students, up to 6 students, or up to 6 files. But for the Turnitin, you don't have this feature. You have to compare with other works, compare with internet, compare with another's publication, compare with the Turnitin repository. So for summary of this, the Turnitin is good for academics institution. It's good for you to create a class, let the students to submit and check by their own. But authenticate is not good for this. The authenticate cannot create a class, create an assignment. They already upload and checks again and again and again. And another one, the Turnitin, they have three major sources. The two major sources is similar to Identicate. But another one that different from Identicate is we call the Turnitin a student. We call student repository. The Turnitin student repository. We call the standard repository. This is good for the institution because some students get it from the previous university and they maybe take from the master thesis to we call self-plagiarism again in doctoral degree. But if you use the authenticate cannot find it because this not in the list of the source that authenticate will check. So if you want the more detail, I will send you the email on this.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The first question again, I have seen.
My first question was like ETS. I couldn't resolve it.
Oh, okay. They show you the error message, 6,000 character on this.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
64,000 characters. You see, as you can read the screen now.
I have seen the message, this too. So I will give you the answers the correctly later. So can you leave me your emails and I will
Definitely. Thank you so much.
I will send to the Turnitin to answer on this because I'm not sure on this because my report is showing like this, the same I think. So I
Sure,
have
I
the
will.
Q&A on this. I will check my staff to check and send you the email.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You leave your email on this, that I will write down and will send back to you. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Oh, I got your email.
Actually, I have one question.
Yeah, sure.
As far as I know, all these online the plugin check software has limitations. For example, one of the ideas is using documents related to DOI.
Yeah.
DOI has been here for what, 25 years. So any students who are using the papers published before, let's say 2000 or 1995, when people worldwide web has been so popular. So if you're looking at the books or some of my papers published in before 1990s, that has not been actually online, or some of my supervisors' papers published maybe 30, 40 years ago, unlikely checked by those old reference books and textbooks and dissertations written maybe before 25 years ago. And then many of this idea of, I mean, I'm not criticizing your software. I'm just saying heavily based on online resources only. Is there any way we can check? Of course, it doesn't make sense, but is there any way we can check offline sources? Like books and journals was not still happen to be offline, not digitalized, or old textbooks or old journal articles still available at the library only. So if students go after, I mean, these old resources, if they are smart enough, maybe it's not yet digitalized. It's extremely difficult for us to check.
So,
Any opinions?
Yeah, I got your points. So you mean the printed book or even the books that maybe back to 50 year the Turnitin cannot check the same.
Like at least let's say anything older than 25 years ago.
Yes. Because Turnitin will just give back to 15 year or 20 year. And another option, this is the solution for you, but you have to we share you something. Another option for the printed printed books or physical books, you say this is already in shelves from Payap University, and most students maybe use on this one. You can create your repository on this. I will show you something. You have two options.
Okay.
Two options. The first option on this, good, like you already create a class assignment, and you can create maybe this assignment as maybe a lab books or printed books. Suppose another option, printed books that Turnitin not index it. So, and you set on this standard repository. For the printed book that you get from library, maybe if you are able to scan it and give we call the OCR, for can read the image as a text. So you can keep it as the database or index on this. This is another option. And another option, if you found that these books already have been in online or post in a website, you can add a website. You can ask Turnitin to index a website. These books already maybe the lab books or 50 book or old books, not a copyright anymore, and post in the internet. You found these books have put in this website. You can ask the Turnitin, can you index this website for me? Because my student have already copy, or most of them copy from this website for this books. So this is a two option for you. For the
Also, we can actually manually add the reference to Turnitin.
yes.
For example, I know there's one paper is very well known in 1972,
Yes.
which is only available hard copy. So if I scan with the OCI
Yes.
and then ask the library to put it online,
Yes.
but I so that I can use the Turnitin to cross check.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We can do that manually.
Yes. Or another option, you don't need to, you can scan it and you can use this option. You can make the title on this, the book, and you just like a Turnitin, store it, index it, submit paper to standard paper.
So I can upload it by myself so that I can cross check with this paper I submitted with the students' work.
So this
Okay.
this
But
another
I mean, idea is good, but isn't it violating copyrights?
no, because
If I just scan using OCI, upload the original work, I'm not using it, but only just cross-checking
you
students'
just
work.
takes suppose chapter is one file, another is one file. It's not infringe for the not a copyright infringement, because you just scan some part of this and use a file as a part of this. You don't scan whole books. So I recommend you to scan chapter one file, and add it like a standard paper repository. If you are afraid of a copyright, this is another way.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Yep. Any questions so far? So if you don't have any questions, or you have further questions, you just send me the emails. I will leave you my emails. I will leave you my emails. So for the questions, I'll show you my email. I'll show you again. So this is my email, jill1@book.co.cs. Or another question, another email, I will give you another options for this one, another option for this one. If you have further questions, you have two options, the email option. The first option, you can send directly to me, Jirawat@books. Or if you cannot get answer from me in a week, you just change to this one, send to help desk. The better option, you just send the email to this one first because they can answer you in a day. So for me, maybe I just answer you after a works. So you have two email. Help desk is better. So you can CC me. If I can answer you, I will send you the email. So this is another option. So if you don't have any question, I think 3 hours on Turnitin will useful for you. And I hope you use Turnitin as a tool, not use Turnitin as a just. So further question, remind you again, send me the email. Thank you for your attentions. Thank you for your attention. See you again later. Have a good lunch. สวัสดีนะครับ Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ครับ
ขอบคุณ
สวัส
ค่ะ
ดีครับ